Hopefully this is a better setup. I did change the name of the channel just to Whistleblower Afro. My afro is always out. I'm always going to be a whistleblower. We'll see if it sticks, but let's get into the talk. So, y'all been following my channel. As y'all know, everything I've been going through, Basically, I'm at a good point in my life where I realize everything happens for a reason, and I do want to go over that again a little bit. I've recently been realizing you can't outbeat corrupt companies. There's just no way, there's no how. There's no winning when it comes to a corrupt company. I feel like there's a lot of people who will say, don't let them win, don't let them win. Oh, you have to stay, and da-da-da. It's like, you end up letting people win when you actually stay. But when you leave, you have more rooms to do anything you want. It's something that I've been thinking about. It's something I've been dealing with. And I definitely know what it feels like to feel like you lost because a company didn't have your back. Or you feel like you lost because, I don't know, bullies kicked you out of something. That happens to me all the time. But do I stop? No, I just keep going. There's also something I want to say, which is don't change yourself just because you see that there's a lot of bullies around. There's nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do besides be yourself when it comes to bullies. You cannot fight them back physically, mentally. You just have to continue to be yourself, and being yourself is going to outbeat them anyways. But once again, you can't control someone else's actions in life. And yes, this video may seem like a rant. I know, that's my content. But I know what it feels like to go through bullying and to have to come out on top every time. And that coming out on top may not look like what you think it is, right? I recently talked about on my channel how I went through this airline that was really toxic and I had no clue, no idea. I didn't know. I dealt with harassment, SA, like all that type of stuff. Well, not SA, but I guess SH, fix that. Things like that within this company, and I kept it pushing. It was really disturbing, but now I look back on it and I'm like, wow, girl, you went through all that and you learned everything and you passed all your exams. You're amazing. And also, once I reviewed everything on Glassdoor, I realized I was going to be in for a treat. Not a good one with this company, and I got myself saved by being released. And that wasn't a bad thing. I don't want people to feel like they can't speak up because of bullying, because of racism, because of discrimination. Don't feel you can't do it. I know a lot of people are going to be like, look at what happened to her. She got kicked out. Like, they're going to be so stupid. But little do they know, that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I didn't know that either. Y'all look at my video. I was so upset and very annoyed because I worked hard. But then once I did my research on Glassdoor and Reddit, I was like, whoa, girl. You should be happy you are not there anymore. That was going to be I can't curse, a ish show if you were there. You were going to have to uproot, in this specific airline, uproot, go to any base. You were going to not get paid for any of it. You were going to honestly struggle. I was really going to struggle. I thought I could do it, and then I was looking back on it, and I was like, with the check that they just gave all of us, all the trainees, I'm like, what the heck? And technically, they kind of paid us like block to block. Like, they paid us like about 4 hours a day when you do the math. Meanwhile, we trained for about 10 to 12 hours. So that just shows it was already sketchy. So I want to say follow your gut. I didn't know because I was so focused into school and class, but follow your gut. If something just ain't right about a company, and I've noticed people leaving training, and I was just like, oh, well, it must have been this, it must have been that. It's all right, keep pushing, Nia, keep pushing. No. I should have left. I should have. Not because of the bullies. But I should have left because of how situations were handled, and I didn't because I was so stuck on, this is what you're going to do. I didn't really think about the red flags. I didn't think about the discrimination. I didn't think about what type of black person I want to be. I didn't think about that. I just thought about, this is what you said you were going to do, you're going to do it. But I did not think about the consequences of doing it and how it would hurt me as a black woman. I didn't think about that. And that was on my part. I should have, looked at more signs. But then again, I root back. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, but how do you know when you don't know? We all want to give things a shot. So I even tell other people, give it a shot. I'm going to warn you about that bumpy road, like I've always said, but I'm not going to tell you you can't go down it. I'm going to tell you it's sharp, it's jagged, it's rough, it's tough. But I'm not going to tell you you can't go down it. But I'm going to warn you because that's what somebody should have did to me, but they didn't. Right? Because everybody's scared. And I think I might make a video about fear. A lot of people are scared and I'm not. I can get hurt over and over and over. I could take some pain. When I talk about mentally, I could take some pain. And I get back up and I'm okay. And I also don't treat people terrible because of the hurt that I've been through, because of other people who have been hurt. I talked about this before in one of my videos where I say how somebody has a bucket full of garbage and they see my sunshine bucket and they want to load it up with BS. They do. And I realized too, with the company I was going to work with, I did an initial hire with them, so I was not officially hired, thank goodness. But if I did work with them, my bucket would have been filled up with garbage. All the rainbows and the sunshine, it would have disappeared. It would have disappeared. And I think that that's a blessing. I am not there. It is. It's a blessing. I am not with a corrupt company, corrupt individuals, or a corrupt environment. Now, I can sit here and say no place is perfect, right? But when you notice something just ain't right, or you were did some type of way and it's not right, what do you choose to do? Am I going to sit around, mope around, and be like, I'm going to sue that company, I'm going to make phone calls, and I'm going to... I don't have time. I don't. I believe karma comes around and it will get them. But you have to understand, bad things happen to good people all the time. And if those good people turned into bad people because bad things happen, we would not have any more good people left. And I don't want to be a bad person. I refuse it. I know people think revenge is best. And no, I don't feel that way. And just to think that, people did dirty actions against me in a company just because they were jealous is sickening. And I don't want to be there ever again. I don't even want to sit on their airline. I'm good. That was pretty disgusting and despicable. And I also did not know that this company had lawsuits. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it for the rest of the time being on my channel. I don't care. I am in the process of doing other things. But I've always been real on my channel. And ever since I got back on my channel, I've been seeing such I'd say, wellness in myself. And awesomeness in my numbers on my channel and my analytics. It feels great, right? But I don't know. I feel like I needed to be back. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm just like, something about me coming back to YouTube has been such a blessing. And also people have been so kind, nice, and gracious and reaching out to me and giving me really good advice and being super kind. And I've even had like young black females, including my fam, they reached out to me and said, hey, I almost thought about going there. Thank you for helping me. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm going to approach it this way. Thank you for saying something. I've been really scared. I've heard many things. I'll tell you, I was one of those things that happened to me now, so I could talk about it. That company will never change. I don't care for it changing. I just want people to be safe. Like I said, safety and customer service and quality is most important of all. But there are some airlines that don't care about that. Racism flourishes through their veins. Sorry, y'all. I got some peach juice. But what are you going to do? Are you going to let that attack your character? No. And considering in my class 9 for SkyWest, I was the only black girl from New York, and how nasty everyone talked about New York, I'm not meant to be there. I'm not. I didn't talk nasty about any of their states at all. I didn't really care. but it shows. And these are the people that are going to be serving you drinks, cocktails, food. Just think about that. Also, who's going to get onto their plane? I don't know when, where, but all I'm saying is be very cautious around these people. Be very careful. And stay strong. I really don't want you guys to think like, oh my God, like, this happened to her. This is awful. No, it's not awful. We need to be saying this is a great thing. This is awesome. Now I can go somewhere better. I got my money. I got my training. I know everything there is about all types of planes. I know everything there is about safety and being a flight attendant. I know everything there is about in-flight resources. I learned everything successfully, right? The assessments we did, passed them all. That was a blessing. I'm happy. And I want to tell you, once you go through with these companies and you graduate and all this and that, then you're officially under NDAs and you can't say anything. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. But what I do know is that my life is beautiful and extraordinary, and I can't stop being me. Even with the bullies in the comments and the nastiness, I get it all the time, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm not. I'm very strong, and I'm a black woman, and I will continue to be. And I will start my own family, and you will still see me here on YouTube forever. Bye, you guys.